Hi everyone! Happy 2018. I mean, it's still the second month of 2018, so hi. I've been away, as you might have noticed. Life has been kicked up to high gear in the past month or so I've been trying to keep up, and the stress has been sort of making me really lazy about uploading any videos, so yeah. This is definitely not the first movie I've seen this year, but it is the first review video. So, hello, welcome back. To everyone who's celebrating Chinese New Year in the upcoming next couple of days, happy Chinese New Year. My own family, we've been really busy with our preparations, so yeah, there's that. So hi, how's everyone? Is 2018 going well for you guys thus far? Have you guys broken any of your New Year's resolutions just yet? You know, it's okay. There's no judging here. So yes, before we ramble anymore, hi. Black Panther, I just got back. Like 30 minutes ago. So yeah, this is like a fresh reaction to Black Panther. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is go watch this damn movie, okay? Like, it's so good. It's so beautiful. Like, I cried watching this film. It was emotional. It was it was thought provoking. So I'm gonna break this down a little bit. Spoilers ahead. Blanket spoilers. Ahead, because I know that this film isn't released in a lot of regions just yet. So yeah, like, I watched it in IMAX 3D. I'm gonna say the 3D experience for me is not something that I enjoy particularly. I don't really go for 3D movies, but I went 3D for this one because I really wanted to try it out. And honestly speaking, yeah, there were some bits that were worth the 3D money, but overall, I think if you watch it in IMAX or you watch it in like just normal IMAX or just standard, I feel like you're just gonna get the same sort of experience. And some of like the bigger action pieces definitely were worth the 3D, the extra dollar bills that you pay for your 3D experiences. Especially the Korea set piece, the Wakanda action pieces where they were fighting and they were having like the king challenge thing. Yeah, those parts, they were worth it. It was amped up to high gear. I'm gonna say that this is probably one of the better MCU movies to come out. Obviously I'm a huge MCU fan. Come on. But this is definitely taking the cake for that. Like, it stood by itself. It didn't try to hitch a wagon to the successes of the other MCU movies. It did its own thing, which worked very much. But if you were going in sort of hoping for like an oblique sort of reference to maybe the Avengers or if there's like if you're hoping for a Chris Evans walk-in cameo, then you're gonna be really disappointed. There are two after credits scenes. So the first one, the mid credit scene, we saw it in the first trailer, of which the trailers I will be putting in the description box below. The first mid credit after credits was about T'Challa addressing the UN and sort of saying that Wakanda wants to step forth and sort of share their technological advances and share their knowledge and their expertise with the world, like opening Wakanda's borders to the world. And it was somewhat a commentary, I feel, of the state of the world today, like especially with the refugee crisis all over the world. Like, it's not even just in the Middle East, it's not even just in Europe, it's also here in Southeast Asia with the Rohingya crisis and displacements of a lot of orang aslis in Malaysia itself. So it is such a it's such a prevalent and cross-cultural, cross-border issue. Like it's a major issue in the world today, Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa sort of addressed the UN, saying that only a fool builds boundaries, and I had to smirk at that because we all know who he trying to talk about right now. But like, yeah, it was political. Like, this film was political, without getting too political, I feel, which was great. I'll get into that in a little bit. But the second after credits had Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, and it's just him waking up in a hut in Wakanda and him coming out, and Letitia Wright as Shuri is standing there and just saying, "Good morning, Sergeant Barnes," and he just says, "Bucky, it's Bucky," and Shuri just goes like, "Welcome along, Bucky, you have a lot to learn today," and it's just like, he's reclaiming his identity, and I look forward to what that will be in Avengers Infinity Wars. So yeah, a quick breakdown of everyone as their characters. Chadwick Boseman, I feel, really sold Black Panther to me. Like, the emotional bonds he has with his family, it's something that it's prevalent. You can tell that he loves his family, he loves his mom, he loves his sister, he loves his dad, and he still feels the loss of his father so very keenly. And the first time he enters the realm of the ancestors and sees his father again, gets to speak to his father again, and he's crying, and I was actually crying because I was like, fuck, I'm getting emotional about this shit, like, damn, because the impact of King T'Chaka's death on T'Challa himself was felt throughout Civil War, and it was one of the catalysts that sparked the Civil War. And I feel it's the burden, the pain, the loss is still very much carried through to this film. I adored Letitia Wright as Shuri. I mean, 10/10 would die for Letitia Wright as Shuri, because like, she's adorable and I just want to like be her friend. Like, can I please be Letitia Wright's friend? Okay, thanks, bye. Angela Bassett looks amazing. She's so beautiful here. I mean, yes, she doesn't have like a lot of scenes, I feel, but she does have enough, and I like what I saw, and I really hope that in the future, and there will be future Black Panther movies, you can fight me on this, and if Marvel doesn't give them future Black Panther movies, you're gonna catch some hands. I mean, like, I hope they delve a little bit more into the dynamic of Angela Bassett's character, like how she mothers T'Challa, because I think she's not his natural mom. Like, she's his stepmom, I think, and Shuri is his like half sister, according to like the comics. I didn't really catch like a really obvious sort of explanation for that. Lupita Nyong'o as Nakia, yes, honey. Like, I was looking forward to Lupita as Nakia, and I was not disappointed. And the same goes for Denai Guerrera as Okoye. Like, yes, the Dora Milaje are just amazing. Everyone looked so good, and like the Wakandan technology portrayed in this film is just it's like, it's so natural. Like, it was, oh, how do I put this? The applications of the vibranium technology in their everyday is just, it's so seamless, and it's something that you can definitely see happening. And the explanations of all the science used in this film, it didn't veer into like super jargon territory. It is easy to follow, so you're not gonna get lost. And yeah, okay, going on. Michael B. Jordan as Eric Killmonger. I would 10 die for this guy, okay? Like, I would just say, I understood him. I understood where he was coming from, because there are more than a few people that I know who feel the same way, like their outlook, like their radical outlook about life, about the world, about like the state of politics, the state of world security. I know, I can see my friends in him, and I feel for him, because yeah, like I feel for him. And his last line was just like, it's better to die than to be in bondage. And I'm just, the amount of tea that he threw at people was just, I adore him, okay? Because like I have to say that I grew up in a society whereby we were taught in history class about how like colonization happened. The British came and colonized us, and the Portuguese came, the Japanese came, and colonization happened throughout history, and we were sort of told how to feel about it and taught how to feel about it, about to sort of abhor colonization, and even though it is something that's been interwoven into our identity somehow as who we are today, because a lot of what we have, the buildings that we have now, is from that era. So yeah, like it's a really complicated thing to discuss and to talk about, and I am in no means an expert, and I am in no means trying to be the voice of people here. I'm just saying that my viewpoint is not something I want to get into right now, because I really don't want to get this video too long. Okay, I'm gonna get into parts. Oh no, I'm not gonna get into parts that I'm disappointed right now. I'm just gonna get into parts that I still love. Okay, I was looking forward to the bit that of Andy Serkis and Martin Freeman, and a bit of disappointment there. I was hoping for a more drawn out scene, because their interplay as Gollum and Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit was one of my favorite cinematic experiences of all time. And I felt like they kind of dropped the ball on that. Like, we know that Martin Freeman and Andy Serkis could play off each other, but they kind of dropped the ball on that. But that's fine, because this is a Black Panther movie. This is not Gollum and Bilbo riddle debate 2.0. So I got that. But like, if this film ever comes out with like a visual guidebook or something, I'm buying, because everything about this film is so visually rich and sumptuous. It's so beautiful, and you don't in any way think that this looks like it's a fantasy or an exaggeration of things. It looks like something that, yeah, if I go to this place, I'm definitely gonna see this. So I'm looking forward to reading and owning materials that describe the designer's thought process on how they built the scenes, how they incorporated like African subcultures, African cultures into like the designing of the wardrobe, the set, because it's visually stunning, it's visually beautiful. Okay, like, parts that I didn't really like were, I think in the third act, it got a bit draggy, and somehow got, like, some of the things just was like, okay, can we move along? Because I was more invested in the other part, like, the scene with, Shuri and Nakia. Like, I wanted to see more of that, but they were focusing on other things. I felt like the editing of this film could have been done a little bit better, but for what we got, I liked it a lot. Like, I really, really liked it a lot. Like, within the first 15 minutes, I was already going like, I am going to love this film to death. And I really do. I'm definitely going to be watching it sometime. I'm going to be watching it again sometime in the next week, because it is just that good. I wish that utilized Ulysses' claw a little bit better. I understood why his death had to happen. He was killed by Killmonger, but I feel like for someone of Andy Serkis's caliber, you could have done something with that instead of giving us what eventually happened. The whole Nakia and the Nakia and T'Challa storyline was something I feel was like, it wasn't something that impacted the storyline a lot, but at the same time, was it necessary? I don't know. I feel like the whole entire narrative could have worked without it, but they opted to put it in, so I guess what we got was what we got. I'm not mad about it. I mean, I'm not mad about it at all, but it's just something, I don't think it was like, it really played into the bigger scheme of things. I would have just gladly given more focus to the relationship between Shuri and T'Challa and how he came to deal with the fact that the reason why Eric Killmonger was there and trying to take over the throne was because his dad was killed by T'Chaka, like T'Challa's dad. Like, they were actually cousins, and they and like T'Chaka had a different idea of how to handle things than his brother, and his brother was more radical and wanted to like be involved in world politics and to help the displaced people, the oppressed people of the world with Wakandan technology, and T'Chaka didn't like believe in it, and somehow like he ended up killing the brother. Like T'Chaka ended up killing the brother, and that's why Eric Killmonger who is like T'Challa's cousin, sort of like came back to try and take the throne and stuff. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I saw that a mile away, you know, like I think, yeah, we saw that a mile away, but yeah, for what we got, I feel like it's great. Music wise, Kendrick Lamar. Oh man, when they announced Kendrick Lamar was supervising the music and sort of writing original scores for like songs for the music for this film, I was just like flipping my balls, because like Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite artists of all time, and I know that there was some people who were like saying that they kind of wish that they use different music than rap and hip hop, and I'm like, rap and hip hop are so ingrained in like African American culture, and the beats that they used in this film like sounded really African tribe kind of like drums and stuff, which worked. I feel like sound wise, like this film really worked. Everything was really cohesive. Everything just interplayed with each other. The colors of the clothes, the designs of the clothes, designs of the buildings, the designs of the sets. Everything was just really super cohesive. I think for me, the weakest point would be... I'm trying to find one. But I think the part where I wish was different was, yeah, just how they utilized some of the characters. Like the Forrest Whitaker's Zuri, like they could have utilized it a different way. Like, yeah, like Andy Serkis, they could have utilized him a different way. With Martin Freeman's Everett Ross, I've not read any of the Black Panther comics, but what I was led to understand was that Everett Ross is somewhat like a liaison to Wakanda between the American government and you know, like that's what I've been led to believe. But yeah, like I think this film could have benefited from maybe a few more scenes of T'Challa and Everett sort of working together. I feel that that would have been great. It would have worked. With the Stanley cameo, yeah, he just look out for him during South Korea because he's in South Korea, and I think this is one of the most lines he's got in any cameos that he's had. So yeah, I'm happy for Stanley. Last I heard he wasn't feeling well, so feel better, Mr. Lee. I hope you feel better and everything goes well with your recovery. Yeah, so there's that. I'm not gonna get into anymore because it's really hot and my knees kind of hurt because I'm actually kneeling on my ankles. I'm like on my ankles right now, trying to like make sure that it's got me. Yeah, like sorry for the really messy video if you stuck till this point. I am so ready for Avengers Infinity Wars. I don't know if you are, but I am. I am so ready for that movie to come out. It's going to be an experience of a lifetime. So I will love you and leave you right now. Hope everybody has a great weekend ahead. Hope everybody has a great week ahead. And until next time,